we're not going to scry on this brain because it lets me cast the Cryptic for cheaper. So we have 1 mana Cryptic right now. How cool is that? And then we can use our Snapcaster for something else. You know what? I was greedy though. I think I was supposed to bounce the Garruk, and then I could counter the Garruk this turn. Regret has... I'm having regrets. Small regrets. I think I was supposed to bounce the Garruk in the end step and draw, and then I could set up like a Snap Cryptic on the Garruk. Small regrets. Alright, Witness. So he wants to go Witness into Primetime. It looks like that's what he wants to set up. I think you let him have it. As good as 1 mana Cryptic is, I can't go 1 mana Cryptic into Snap Cryptic. I'd need 7 mana for that. Working on a new Olivia deck? Nice. Alright, here comes the Garruk activation. Does he finally slam the Primetime? He does. Does he have enough mana to redeploy the Garruk? He does. 1, 2, 3, 4. So even if I Brain, Cryptic, the Titan, bounce the Garruk, he gets to redeploy Garruk. So I think I'm better off counter drawing. We'll see if that's the case. So I could electrolyze the second main scary thing. Oh, Arbor Elf. Okay, so we get to electrolyze for the 2-for-1. I think is better than any other play I could make. Now I could have scried the brain down there, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we might just keep ticking that up. I'm not even kidding. I think we might just be continuing to tick up the brain to get to the Beck Call. That rarely happens. You almost 99% of the time you're casting the Beck Call off the brain going all the way up, only on 2. It's usually not happening this way, to be honest with you, but it might be correct for me to do it once at 6, and then we'll drain the brain back down to 1 and do it again, and then win that way. 3-for-1, you draw a card? Oh yeah, it was a 3-for-1 because he played the Arbor Elf. That's true. Does he make a beastie? Okay. Sprawl. He's almost out of gas. Now, I could drain the brain, but I think I'm going to keep going up on brain. Do we want to Snap Cryptic the Garruk? It is an option. I don't think we need to. I think we can beat the Garruk down with our birds. I think that's a foresight. I think what we're supposed to do is just thin and then loot house. I think we just thin and then loot house. I should need the second white source. Famous last words, but main deck, we don't have that color requirement hanging over our heads. Another fetch. Okay. Okay, so now we have this going for us. I also could boom. Now, if I boomed, are we going to be able to operate off the brain? Not really. But I could boom. I could destroy all lands. I think what I'm going to do, since we've drawn the boom, I'm going to hang on to my Flooded Strand. But we could Beck Brain first and then try to, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, these cards don't function on Moto like they will in paper. Like, I could boom or bust on either 6 or 2, you know. But anyways, at least the fusion spells work properly. Draining gives me a huge scry, yes, Fujin Sensei. But I think we're supposed to brain on 6 for either this play or this play, and then we'll brain on an earlier amount. Honestly, I could boom. I could seriously just boom. I could boom. If I was booming, what would I want to do? I think I'd want to hardcast a call and then boom. And then the next turn, well, I'd have to drain the brain before that matters. Bust seems better after I have the 4 birds. Yeah. Well, think about it this way. Like, can we really beat the beasts that he's going to be pumping out? I don't think so. I think we just chill. I think we chill. But let's sandbag this flooded, because this is something that we could be doing. It's bust is the side you're thinking, Triple. I mean, we got Snap Cryptic. Let's not throw this away. Let's take the hit. Okay, so he's going for the Kessig. Okay, so he doesn't want the Kessig. Alright, so let's fusion. See if we draw a bolt. That's a nice answer for the beast. Just snap bounce. Yeah, we could. I want to see what we draw first. If we're going to use the Snapcaster anyway, I'd like to draw the extra card. This also makes him, if he puts in a beast off the Garrick, that doesn't feel good. Okay, so we could just path the beast. And I just drew a Cryptic. So let's just path the beast. Seems like a fine exchange. I mean, it's not a fine exchange, but I'll get over that. I also just drew a bunch of mana, so I could just blow up all his lands, like bounce his Garrick. Well, this doesn't matter if I'm blowing up all the lands next turn. I draw another card for that, buddy. This is pretty neat, though, us having this, like, as a finisher, because, like, we're sandbagging lands. So, like, and I have a brain, so we have a brain in a jar. So, like, it doesn't really matter if I boom, because we have a winning board state. So, like... I mean, I could even return the Voyaging Satyr, but the birds beat the Satyr. I mean, I think it makes sense to bounce the Satyr, too. I think I'm getting greedy if I'm not bouncing... No, excuse me. You're definitely bouncing Garrick. We'll leave the Voyaging alone, but let's... Do you just bounce draw? Alright, I guess we do just bounce draw. This isn't the end step, so... Oops. Tap blue for that. Blue. There we go. We could also just draw a bolt here, so let's bounce this Garrick and then maybe blow up all the lands. That's what I'm thinking I want to do. There's an Explosives. Explosives on one takes out all his sprawls. Maybe I don't need to pop the keg here. You sort of like killing Garrick in his lands. No, you don't need to kill the Garrick. You just leave the Garrick in his hand. We have 2 land drops. Okay, so if we bust... If we path and then bust, we're looking pretty good, right? Path bust. Path bust. I think we should have just electrolyzed. I think I'm gonna go path bust. Path bust, play land. We'll keep the brain. This is a new angle that this deck has never had before, by the way, gents. This is pretty cool. My opponent's probably gonna be like, what the frick? And I'll be like, yeah. So then we just bust. So play Geddon, essentially. Play Scalding Tarn. Ah, he scoops! He scoops! That's a screenshot. Alright, I'm excited about Armageddon. It'll be better at the GP, though, because I can do it off the brain more efficiently. I can do it for only 2 charge counters on the brain at the GP. He scoops. Oh, who knew Geddon was good? I mean, usually the traditional way that Blue, White, Red played Geddon was a Johnny, right? I'm gonna save that one. That's hilarious. Who knew that Geddon was good? Alright. Yes, you can bust it with 2 charge counters on Brain Dark Soul, but you can't do it on Magic Online. But I'll be doing this at the GP. Same for odds and ends. I can cast the end side for only 2 charge counters on Brain. Speaking of which, we're taking this out. Because the opponent is not going to let us do that again. Nope. That's kind of a... These are like one-time things. Well, no, this one you can still use post-board. The boom bust you probably got to take out. I am running the crumbles now, by the way. I am actually saying, all right, Tron, you exist. I'll try to fight you. So I've got 3 ways to blow up their lands now. Cool, right? Anger wasn't bad in this matchup, but I don't think we need it. Why don't we just bring in the Nahiri Emrakul plan? Linvala's got applications in this match. I think the only sweepers I want is this. If we have any sweeper. I mean, the odds and ends was great on his, this does counter his big, scary plays. Yeah. This seems okay in this matchup. Okay, so we have a lot of things we want to maybe bring in. What are the things we want to bring out? Spell Snare had very few targets. Like, no targets. So those come out. Yeah, I think odds is kind of awkward. I mean, if I'm only using this for the... Well... I'm probably only using this for the odds side, so I probably do take it out. If I'm only using it for one of its modes, unless it's like, I don't know, these come out. Actually, because I have the brains out, so you take these out too. One card. I guess this is better than nothing. Either Vendilion Clique or the odds. It did work that game. We copied his... Instead of countering it, we copied it, and then I got a 2 free Snapcasters. It was disgusting. It was absurd. This card is actually really hilariously absurd sometimes. Like, if you're copying something like Ad Nauseam, and then you draw a whole bunch of cards, and then you counter their Ad Nauseam. I've done that too. You guys didn't see that, though, because I was offline. I've done that against Ad Nauseam players. You odds their Ad Nauseam, and then you draw, like, a whole bunch of cards, and then you're like, okay, remand. We'll run this. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like Vendilion Clique, though, but the odds and ends is so cool. We should be running the Vendilion Clique, though, Torque. Next game, I'm going to cut a Helix and run the Vendilion Clique. If we have... Well, we will get another game regardless of me losing, because we took game 1. As long as I play quickly, we got 13 minutes. Oh, hell, 11 minute. We're going to mulligan this. You do like the odds in this matchup personally? Yeah, like, if your opponent... We'll top that. If your opponent has something that's worth copying or you want to counter, like, it's worth playing it. Alright, so he's got the elf. I don't have the bolt, unfortunately. But we left them all in. Let's go Mesa go. Mesa go. So let's get Hollowed Fountain. So for the GP, I actually can't... Unless you guys have some I can borrow. The sparedeck.com is actually just 100% out of... Is this turn 2 Garrick? Seems good. Nope, it wasn't. That could have been turn 2 Garrick. That was almost turn 2 Garrick, gentlemen. But yeah, at the GP, I'll be able to do all those things we were just talking about, but not here, not right now. And that's okay. I'm gonna go Sulphur Falls. Hopefully he doesn't have it. Or he's like playing around Remand or Mana League. I don't know. Well, no, if it was a Remand, you just play into it. Oh, well, that's maybe game. This isn't affected by it. This isn't. Okay. Yay, choke. This still functions. The Sulphur Falls. Tumbling. Alright, path. I guess you play the Steam Vents, shock yourself? No, you don't. I think you just play Tech Edge or Lighthouse. And then next turn I shock myself for the Cryptic if we need it. Go. The fact that we have a Sulphur Falls means we can win, but it's very unlikely. We did bring in the Wear Tear, so you don't give up. Don't give up to Blood Moons or Chokes. Play to your outs. Guess he was mad that I blew up all his lands. I mean, if somebody blew up all my lands, I'd bring in every single copy of Choke I have, you know. Alright, we got Prime Time. Oh, Tooth and Nail, but not entwined, or is it entwined? It is entwined. It is? Yeah, I think it is because it's in blue. That was 7 mana, though, I saw. I am on YouTube, Franz. Yep. Which cards are bugged with Brain? Boom, Bust, and Odds. Yeah, Torque. I'm on YouTube, yeah. Alright, there's the Emmy, and we're just toast. He did have it. Well, I can tap the Emmy. But he's got the Xenago, so we're just dead. So what's strange, I guess last game he just didn't have it. If you ever wanted to see a 30-30 Emmy.